Some movies are cult classics, some are campy guilty pleasures, and some are way smarter than people ever gave them credit for. This week on 5 Films You Should Like If You Don't Already, I've got 5 picks that span musicals, monsters, mysteries, and a few surprises that might just change your mind. Let's dive in.
Allison's my girl, so hands off, crybaby. You could have fooled me, square.
In 1990's Crybaby, John Waters takes his trademark weirdness to the world of teen musicals. Johnny Depp stars as Wade Crybaby Walker, a leather-clad boy with a single dramatic teardrop who falls for Allison Vernon Williams, played by Amy Locane, a straight-laced square from the other side of the tracks. The movie is packed with over-the-top performances including Ricky Lake as the loud and loyal Pepper, Tracy Lords as the rebellious Wanda, and even Iggy Pop as Crybaby's eccentric uncle. It's a campy, rockabilly-flavored parody of 1950s teen melodramas, one that never takes itself too seriously. Here are 5 reasons you should like Crybaby, if you don't already. First, Johnny Depp is in full parody mode. Before his brooding blockbuster roles, Depp leaned all the way into Waters' absurd world, and the result is hilarious and self-aware. Second, John Waters' campy vision. Nobody skewers American pop culture like John Waters. This is him having fun with teen rebellion tropes and musical cliches. Third, it's a musical that doesn't care about being good. The songs are intentionally cheesy. The performances are exaggerated. And that's exactly the point. Fourth, the supporting cast is gold. Ricky Lake, Tracy Lords, and a host of others add texture and weirdness you don't get in standard teen comedies. And fifth, it's called cinema comfort food. It's not trying to be polished or perfect. It's meant to be ridiculous, rewatchable, and a little bit subversive.
Interesting choice.
Last minute decision. Sorry about your guitar.
You've been hurt.
Oh, no, you know what they say, anyone you can walk away from is good.
In 1992's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, we get Joss Whedon's first swing at what eventually became a TV cult classic. A campy teen horror comedy with Christy Swanson as Buffy, a vapid cheerleader who learns she's destined to fight vampires. Donald Sutherland plays Merrick, her grumpy mentor, while Luke Perry brings slacker charm as Pike, the reluctant sidekick turned love interest. Rutger Hauer vamps it up as the elegant villain Lothos, with Paul Reubens delivering an unforgettable performance as his bumbling sidekick. Here are 5 reasons you should like Buffy the Vampire Slayer if you don't already. First, Christy Swanson's Buffy is peak early 90s camp. Cheerleader cliches meet vampire-slaying destiny, creating a character who's both ridiculous and endearing. Second, the cast is surprisingly loaded. Donald Sutherland, Luke Perry, Rutger Hauer, Paul Reubens, and even Hilary Swank. The lineup is way stronger than it has any right to be. Third, it's the DNA of the TV series. Joss Whedon's script was reworked, but you can see the skeleton of what would later become the beloved TV show. Fourth, comedy and horror collide, sometimes chaotically. Awkward tonal shifts actually make it more fun. It's never boring and always a little weird. And fifth, Paul Reubens' death scene is legendary. His endlessly over-the-top demise is still quoted in parody decades later.
Why don't you tell me about your dream?
It's always the same dream. I'm on a boat, headed to the island.
What happens then?
I drown.
You've been chosen.
In 2005's The Island, Michael Bay dials down the explosions a little to tell a surprisingly thoughtful sci-fi story. Ewan McGregor stars as Lincoln Six Echo, a man living in a sterile, tightly controlled community where residents dream of winning a lottery to the island, a supposed paradise. Scarlett Johansson plays Jordan 2 Delta, Lincoln's closest friend, who begins questioning their world alongside him. What starts as a glossy utopia unravels into a chase across futuristic cityscapes, packed with Bay's signature action set pieces and supported by a cast that includes Sean Bean as the sinister overseer. Here are 5 reasons you should like The Island, if you don't already. First, Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson carry it. Their chemistry grounds the spectacle, making the story's human stakes feel real. Second, there are really big ideas under the action. Cloning, identity, and the ethics of playing God, all hidden inside a blockbuster package. Third, this is Michael Bay in restraint mode. Sort of. Sure, there are chases and explosions, but the world building and suspense stand out as more thoughtful than his usual. Fourth, it's a stacked supporting cast. Each well-known actor or actress adds weight. Fifth, it's underrated sci-fi. It got mixed reviews on release, but time has been kind. It's a stylish, fast-paced thriller that deserved more love.
Jelly beans. I'll have whatever he's having. Are you challenging me?
Maybe.
Let's talk about 2002's Scooby-Doo. Okay, hear me out. Scooby-Doo might look like disposable kids' fluff, but this live-action take on the Mystery Inc. gang is way more fun than it gets credit for. Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar play Fred and Daphne with campy self-awareness. Matthew Lillard goes all in as Shaggy, so much so that fans say he basically became the character. And Linda Cardellini nails Velma's awkward genius charm. Toss in a CGI Scooby, a tropical island mystery, and plenty of sly winks at the cartoon's tropes, and you've got a film that's ridiculous, colorful, and surprisingly rewatchable. Here are 5 reasons you should like Scooby-Doo if you don't already. First, Matthew Lillard is Shaggy, full stop. His voice, his mannerisms, his delivery, it's uncanny and probably the best live-action cartoon casting ever. Second, the cast leans into the camp. Prinze Jr. and Gellar ham it up. Cardellini adds heart, and together they make the gang feel like real people in a cartoon world. Third, it's packed with Easter eggs. From zoinks and jinkies to sly nods to old cartoon episodes, longtime fans will spot plenty of inside jokes. And by the way, if you're one of the myriad of fans who don't like Scrappy, there's an extra special treat for you. Fourth, it works for every age. The slapstick hits for kids, the irony hits for adults, and it will make anyone's inner 12-year-old laugh out loud. Fifth, it's pure Saturday morning vibes. It feels like grabbing a giant bowl of cereal, sitting cross-legged on the floor, and letting cartoons wash over you.
I need your permission to operate independently.
Permission granted!
Thank you.
In 2018, the film Upgrade gives us a gritty, stylish sci-fi thriller. In this film, Logan Marshall Green stars as Gray Trace, a man left paralyzed after a brutal mugging, who's offered an experimental implant that could restore his movement. What follows is a high-octane mix of a revenge story, body horror thriller, and a darkly comic action film. Marshall Green delivers a layered performance, moving between helpless vulnerability and eerily precise fight sequences that feel almost robotic. He's supported by Betty Gabriel as a determined detective and Harrison Gilbertson as the reclusive tech genius behind the implant. It's slick, brutal, and clever. The kind of film that sneaks up on you. Here are 5 reasons you should like Upgrade if you don't already. First, this is Logan Marshall Green's breakout role. He sells both the human side of his character and the unnerving precision of his enhanced abilities. Second, the incredible fight choreography. The camera work and physicality make the action look unlike anything else. Mechanical, but visceral. Third, it's just a downright clever sci-fi story. It plays with technology, control, and identity in ways that are both fun and chilling. Fourth, it's got tight, efficient storytelling. At under 2 hours, it wastes no time. Every scene builds tension or delivers payoff. And fifth, it's criminally underrated. It didn't get a wide audience on release, but those who've seen it rave about it. And it's the definition of a sleeper hit. That's episode 4 in the books, from the rockabilly weirdness of Crybaby to the underappreciated brilliance of Upgrade. These are 5 films that deserve a spot on your watch list, or your rewatch list. If you had fun with this, hit like, drop your favorite underrated film in the comments, and subscribe so you don't miss the next set of 5 films. Until then, enjoy the movies.